back-to-back nights with another stinger in the end. What was the message to this group in the locker room?
There was no message. These guys will bounce back. They'll be just fine. So two tough ones. I take the responsibility on this one tonight. I put a freshman in a really tough spot there with Buxton in the eighth. I got a lot of confidence in that kid. He's got really good stuff. Looking back, I'll take the heat for that one. Putting him in a really tough situation. Not saying he can't get that done. That's why I brought him in there. I thought he could, but that's a tough situation to bring a freshman into. But I have a lot of confidence in the kid, so it bit us a little bit tonight.
What do you hope he learns from tonight's outing?
I mean, you see, after the homer, he settled in and made guys look silly, and I just got to be able to do that with guys on base. That's why I kind of brought him in right there. But he's got really good stuff, and it just made a mistake to that kid, and like might have been his first at bat of the year. But like I said, 2020 hindsight, tough situation to bring a freshman in.
Jack settled in after that first inning. What adjustment did you see from him after that first?
He was outstanding. 11 punch outs and 5 1/3. He only thing negative of that is the pitch count got high pretty quick. So he threw the heck out of the ball. Very pleased with how he threw.
Jackson and Matt King, a couple of really good nights. Jackson was really frustrating last couple of bats yesterday. What do you feel was his switch today to get things going?
Just being more aggressive to his pitches. I think he didn't waste much time in his first at bat, and second at bat he got the pitch he was looking for and went after it. So that's when he's going good. He's not thinking too much. He just gets up and gets a pitch he can handle and goes on it.
What's the switch for Matt recently? The last 2 nights he's been pummeling the baseball.
Just made a little small mechanical adjustment with him, and it's allowed him to get the bat head to the zone better.
You had a couple good plays at third. How are those guys at the corners just brought some consistency to the infield with the middle guys changing a lot?
That's we've missed New Contradas over there defensively at third base, and nice to have him back. He makes plays that I don't see a whole lot of third basemen in the country make. So he's pretty solid over there with what he does defensively, and regardless we put in the middle, I mean those guys are playing great defense, whether it's Matt King or Jax Ryan or Kyle Walker or Beckett Zavorik or any of those guys are putting in there playing great defense in the middle too. So just trying to find the right mix with the bats in there. Kinger's starting to swing it like he's capable of. Jack's had a few good at bats tonight. Zavorik's been having good at bats, and like I've said all along, Kyle Walker's had good at bats. Just hasn't had a lot of results that he wants. But we'll keep mixing those guys in.
Josiah, you told us yesterday, nursing an injury, still you gave him the start today behind the plate. Was there anything you saw, just lingering issues from that?
Nothing injury-wise. So he just was a little bit off today on the swing, but nothing injury-wise.
Randy Garza got the start at DH. How have you seen that trio of catchers just come in and perform?
Manny hasn't had as much time as he's wanted to behind the plate. Trying to mix him in there and keep him somewhat as sharp as we can. It's tough. I can only write 9 guys in the lineup, and wanted to get him in there today. I felt like he's been taking a lot better batting practice lately and swinging the bat better. Hit the last one on the screws, just again right at the guys. So tough to complain about when you're hitting on the screws right at guys.
Last 2 nights, 4 for 26 with runners in scoring position. What's got to be the difference for this group on Sunday to hit big spots and close spots?
Just remain confident. It's been a tough past couple days. We're getting guys on. We're just not cashing in the way we want to, and we just got to continue to stay confident, stay aggressive.
Coach, your bullpens shine at some moments this year and struggle in others. What do you make of where they're at right now compared to where they're at last year at this exact same time?
I can't remember last year at this time how we were. I've kind of not trying to be a smart ass. I can't hardly remember the guys we had. And I'm more focused on the guys we got this year, and we at times they've been outstanding and really electric, and other times we've scuffled a little bit. So, bottom line, we have the pieces to do it. We just have to continue, breathing positivity into these guys and trying to put them in the right situations. Ultimately, somebody's gonna have to come in tough situations and be able to get us out of there and get the last 3 outs or last 6 outs. But we're still, trying to find that mix of who's gonna be those guys in the back end.
Kean took a nasty little spill there in the 8th inning. Is everything okay with him? Was there anything you saw off that play?
He's a tough kid. He's fine.
Back end for Tyler Hemish, their reliever, 4 scoreless frames. Isaiah said there wasn't really anything, crazy that he saw from him. Is there anything that you saw from him in the back half?
He kept us off balance pretty well. We had some pitches to hit, it looked like, but I don't know if guys got a little bit too big or pull happy. I'll have to go back and watch it again. But he kept us off balance, changed speeds, had looked like he had some good late movement on his pitches. So, he had us off balance.
It's been frustrating the last couple of nights. How do you keep emotions from kind of boiling over, given it's still only 3 weeks into the season?
No, I mean, you just said it. It's 3 weeks into the season. Yeah, I mean, of course, these last 2 games sting. They sting a lot. We expect to win those games, and we had every opportunity to come away with wins, and you don't. So what can you do about it? We're disappointed. Obviously, we're frustrated with it, but we can't let that affect what we have going in here. I believe in these guys. They're a good group. They're resilient. They keep bouncing back. They keep fighting. You're not going to see these guys cash their chips in, especially on week 3.
Jaden Alba going tomorrow. A couple of really good starts for him in the first 2 outings this season. What are you hoping to see from him tomorrow?
Just give us an opportunity to win a game. Stay in there as long as he can, and throw a lot of strikes. Hopefully, keep these guys off balanced and give our offense a chance to get going.
Didn't use a ton of bullpen arms tonight. It's still pretty light. How do you feel about the depth of the bullpen coming tomorrow?
We'll evaluate, see where they're at tomorrow, but I think we should be and have enough guys to hopefully get us to the finish line tomorrow. So we'll see who's bounced back from Friday and who's ready to go tomorrow, and guys that we haven't used that are chomping at the bit to get in there. Hopefully, if there's right situations, we can use some guys. We will. End of the day, we got to do whatever we can to salvage the last game here tomorrow.
How did you feel about Cover's inning? Looked like he really had a good variety of pitches coming in there, hit in the mid-90s, but then also was able to drop one in at 79.
Yeah, he's that's the biggest thing for him right now is kid's got a tremendous arm, but I mean even in college at 96, 97 miles an hour, you got to have something to go with it, and he has stuff to go with it. He just hasn't been landing it, and tonight he landed the breaking ball a little bit better. Still has a much firmer slider that I'd like to see him land a little bit more, but. I think it was a step in the right direction, being able to at least land one of those off-speed pitches tonight, and still gave up a run there, but guy made a great at bat on him, good piece of hitting. You can't fault him for that, but at the end of the day, it was hopefully a step in the right direction, confidence-wise for him.
I know that might be a Cardo question, but have you seen anything with the development of those pitches? How have you guys really emphasized breaking those pitches out for him, the off-speed stuff?
I can tell just kind of from watching him over the course of the year and the fall and the spring that it's dirty. It's really good. It's just a matter of being able to land it. And all these guys have really, really good stuff. It's just the bottom line is we got to be able to do it in the right situations, and be able to come in and do it when it counts. And Will's confident. I'm confident in him, and he'll keep getting those opportunities. But I think the development of the breaking stuff has been good. Just trying to tweak it a little bit here and there, and get it a little firmer at times, and flip the one in there for a strike earlier in the count, and then have a put away pitch too, other than 97 miles an hour. So sounds weird saying that, but like I said, these kids don't shy away from mid-90s anymore. They see it every day. There's a lot of good arms out in college baseball, so we got to have something to go with it.
To land those pitches, do you think it's more of a mental thing or a physical thing?
I think either, really. I think it's just, you know, he hasn't landed them as consistently as has wanted to, whether it's trying too hard or just hasn't landed it. It's you know, some of that stuff too. We look back on the TrackMan over his last few outings, and he's made some pretty dang good pitches that just unfortunately didn't go our way. But so I mean, I'm not worried about Will. He's just fine.
You said you take responsibility for putting Buxton in that situation tonight. Does that play at all into the factor of when you're going to try to get him out there next to try and get the taste of this out of his mouth?
No, I mean, we'll look for the right opportunity to get him in again, and I'm not hesitant to put him in. You know, I'm just taking the responsibility off a freshman that hopefully is not going to lose confidence. You know, kid's got a good arm. He's one of the toughest guys to face. That our hitters have told me, like, man, we just can't pick him up. He's just really, really dirty. And so I want him to remain confident. And like I said, I'll take it on my shoulders for that one, putting him in a tough spot. So, you know, some of these freshmen, you'd like to give him softer landings, and he's had a few and done really, really well. He was the guy I wanted to go to right there. And again, very, very confident in him, because he has really, really good stuff. I thought he was the best guy to get us out of that jam, and said it didn't work out, and I'll take that.
Does that kind of play true for all the freshmen? You've had a lot over the last 2 years getting in big situations. Does that kind of play true, making sure that they don't lose confidence this early in their collegiate careers?
You know, we had some bumps and bruises last year and last couple of years with younger arms, and you know, part of it's the learning curve and trusting your stuff and working ahead in the counts. Those type of things are all big. They'll rear its head if you don't do those things, especially in big situations. So again, he's done a great job so far. I had confidence in him, and just, you know, tonight wasn't our night.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.